Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. So, Brother Dawadah coming to you another lesson. Lord willing is edifying. And this lesson is going to be entitled, Examine Yourself. All right. And we're coming into a heavy time in Israel. All right. We're coming up on the Passover. All right. And as the apostles been saying, around this time, that leaven, it gets sought out and it gets put away. All right. And, you have to examine yourself to see what changes you need to make, to keep yourself within the body. All right. So let's start the lesson out. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves? Yeah. You got to be able to recognize things that you're going off in. You got to be able to recognize what are your shortcomings and pray to Yahweh Shai to help you get rid of that. All right. And like the elder Manat Zabar went out and brought out the other day, how certain things don't get off you by just praying for it. It get off of you by fasting and praying. All right. Let's read this again. It says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua HaMashiach is in you, except you be reprobates, right? He asked that was asked in question form, How that you're going to know that you're a reprobate because you don't have Yahushua HaMashiach in you, all right? Scriptures tell you to what, seek out your own, Shalaki, let's get it. Because I don't like, butchering it. Right? This is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Right? So work out your own salvation. And that's basically what's being said here. It says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobate. Right? Verse 6. But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates. Right? Why? Because we're putting on as the elect. All right? We're doing the things that Yahweh Shai has asked of us. Right? Now I pray to the Most High that ye do no evil, not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, though we be as reprobate. Yeah, our righteousness is as filthy rags. All right? But we're not living in iniquity. All right? And that's part of examine yourself. Examine yourself in this heavy time that's coming up. You're supposed to examine yourself all the time, but this is really critical, in this time coming up, because you don't want, that leaven, whatever issue you're dealing with, you don't want that to manifest and get you out the body. All right? Judas, right before the Passover, he was no longer in the camp, per se, right? He was no longer a disciple of Yahushua, right? So let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians, right? And I had this lesson, sitting for a minute. I could have did it last night, but the Spirit had me do it now. And lo and behold, Apostle Elder Ramla brought out this same precept. So it's a body thing. It's not just, that the Most High put the Spirit on you. He put the Spirit on elders, apostles, you know what I'm saying, and various brothers to bring out the same precepts, but in a different way, in a different lesson. All right. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. And lo and behold, the Apostle Elder Ramla was talking about what? The Passover. All right. How it was a somber thing, a serious thing. All right. 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. See that? So you got to purge out those things that's going to cause you to be without the body. All right? Because once again, we're coming into some heavy times. All right? And you want to be right in the sight, or per se, you know what I'm saying, trying to do all things right in the sight of Yahweh Shah Shah. All right? Verse 8. Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, right? Neither with leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. See that? So, you got to get rid of whatever those things that's holding you back. Like, or once again, Elder Manat Zaba went in, you know what I'm saying? You got guys who still think that smoking is okay. No, it's not okay, man. All right? And the marijuana that they have, the weed that they have now, guess what, man? Those things are GMO, man. All right? So you have GMO food. Why would you want to consume GMO marijuana? Food or not, right? All right? So it's all about what? Putting off that old man. All right? Let's go to the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus. You got to examine yourself, right? Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 and verse 20. Before judgment examine thyself, and in the day of visitation thou shalt find mercy. See that? So you got to examine yourself, man. All right? And once you examine yourself in the day of judgment, you're going to be able to find mercy. All right? Or the day of visitation. All right? Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians. Salakia. Chapter 11. Because once again, we're coming into heavy times. All right? And you want to, say that you've done all what was asked of you. All right? 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 18. For first of all, when ye come together in the church, I hear that there are divisions among you, and I partly believe. Well, this is Paul talking to the church at Corinth, right? And let's look up that word church right quick so we can get understanding. I know what it says, but what? For truth's sake.
Strong's G, 1577, Ecclesia. Ecclesia.
Ecclesia. A gathering of citizens called out from their homes into some public place and assembly. Yeah. So the assembly that you're being called out with is now found way of the internet. All right. And the public assembly are the ones who's been called out, the ones who have been called by Yahweh by Shah Shah. All right. That is the church. Let's go back. This is 1 Corinthians 11 and 18. For first of all, when ye come together in the church, I hear that there are divisions among you, and I partly believe it. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. Yeah, so you don't want to be one of those, You don't want to be one of those ones that have heresies that is going to be made manifest. That's part of examining yourself, right? It says, for there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you, right? When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat the Lord's Supper, right? Because why? You don't supposed to take the Lord's Supper, which is the Passover, unworthily, right? For in eating every one taketh before other his own supper, and one is hungry, and another is drunken. What? Have ye not houses to eat and to drink in? Or despise ye the church of the Most High? And shame them that have not? What shall I say unto you? Shall I praise you in this? I praise you not. So Paul was basically saying, you doing this unworthily, right? And it's a shame unto you, because you're taking advantage of that precious blood that was shed for you, right? For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Yahushua, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And that's what it's going into, the Passover, right? And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat, this is my body, which I have broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. So what is this body, man? This is his word. All right? This is the blood, you know? All right? You got to take this roll and what? Eat it. All right? But you can't do this unworthily. That's why you need to examine yourself, me included. All right? And after the same manner, also he took up the cup when he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament, right? New agreement in my body. This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me. Yeah. All right. And we do that, what? Every Passover. All right. It says, for as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, do ye show the Lord's death till he come. And that's twofold. All right. That's part of what? Eating this roll, digesting these scriptures, right? Verse 27. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and of the blood of the Lord. You see that? But let a man examine himself, right? And so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup, right? Because, you know, once again, we're coming into a heavy time. And the way Yahweh shall do it, you know, he make those things manifest to where, guess what? You'll no longer be part of the body. All right? He won't even let you drink and eat of the blood unworthily, because it's going to be made manifest. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. See that? For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. For if we judge ourselves, we should not be judged. That's what part of examining yourself, whether or not you're in the faith. All right? Getting rid of that leaven that's holding you back. All right? But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. You see that? So the little trials and tribulations that you're going through, you know, those are things that chasten you to get rid of that leaven, man, to get rid of that dross. All right? To help purge out the unwanted. You know, he said you're going to be tried as gold, as tried in the fire, right? So let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 38. In verse 10, leave off from sin and order thy hands aright and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. Yeah, that's part of examining yourself. All right, you got to leave off from the sin that has clung to you. All right, and once again, you know, certain things don't just come off by prayer. It's got to come off by fasting and prayer. All right, you afflicting your soul to show Yahweh Shah that you're really trying to offend less. Right? Matter of fact, let's see if we can get that. Hopefully, yep. The water Yahweh Shah. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 17 and verse 25. Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less. You see that? And once again, certain things don't come off you by just prayer, man. It's like Yahweh said, you know, these things those demons are going to be cast out with you with fasting and prayer. But that's all about you examining yourself and seeing where you're coming up short, right? Turn again to the Most High and turn away from iniquity. Yeah, turn away from sin on top of sin. For he will lead thee out of darkness, you see that, into the light of health. You see that? See that contrast? Men who take this bread and drink this blood unworthily, they are sickly among you, right? And hate thy abomination vehemently, right? Who? I think that's it on that. Yeah, that's it on that. So once again, you know, you got to examine yourself. And this going to be last precept. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Let's get it in the blue letter. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 10. For the Lord Yahweh Shah searcheth the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doing. So Yahweh Shah is going to search out your inner man, right? He's going to try your mind, right? Because he don't judge by appearance, all right? And you can't fool Yahweh Shah. So that's going to be it for the lesson. You know, examine yourself, me included. We're coming into a heavy time in Israel, man. Passover is soon coming up, all right? And you want to get rid of that leaven. You want to get rid of everything that you feel, because you know yourself. You want to get rid of everything that you feel is going to hold you back from getting the kingdom, all right? And some of us got to come off by fasting, all right? Fasting and prayer, all right? That's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who I'm learning 100% truth from. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. Coming at you with another lesson, Lord willing. Till the next time, I say Shalom.